Women and female society are killing women. Until women and female society change, women will continue to suffer and die. I know that some of you do not want to hear the truth that I will tell you, let alone believe the truth that I will tell you. But unless you do, the unhappiness, suffering, and death of women will never end. If you want your suffering and death to end, then you must endure the emotional pain of facing the truth, endure the emotional pain of self rejection, and do the hard work of self change. If you do not have the courage to face the painful truth, repent for being wrong, and work hard to change, then you will never be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death. For over 20 years, I spent 10 to 15 hours every week at bars and another 5 to 10 hours a week evaluating my psychological experiments and research at bars. It was a quest to invent a new system of human psychology that held the keys to human happiness and ending human suffering. From thousands of hours of research over a period of many years, I discovered the psychological secrets that men can use to be better at making women happy and being happy. I invented the most advanced form of positive self-change psychology in existence anywhere on this planet. It was a part of my life mission to teach the world the secrets to ending all human suffering on this planet. In my books, I teach that the three forms of human suffering are society-based human suffering, individual-based human suffering, nature-based human suffering. I teach that all human suffering based on the actions of society can be ended by establishing a global political and economic democracy ruled by the people. I teach that all human suffering based upon actions of people can be ended by changing the value belief system and the spiritual nature of people. I teach that all human suffering based upon the interactions of human society and nature can be ended by having humanity act in harmony with nature so humans are at one with nature. I wrote a book, The Quest for Love, containing some of the secrets to ending sexual hatred and sexual violence and helping people to live happier lives. I also taught a class that taught students some of the first steps to be spiritually born again and to become gods of the new earth. I taught the keys to the salvation of this planet. I taught the secrets to ending all human suffering on this planet. My book and my class taught the keys to saving millions of women from unhappiness, suffering, and death. When a man has compassion on the unhappiness, suffering, and death of women, women in the very least owe him appreciation of that compassion. When a man works to save the lives of women, women in the very least owe him gratitude. When a man develops a book and class that can save women, then women should economically reward him in order to help him to save women. Did women appreciate my compassion? Were women grateful to me for my work? Did women economically reward me? No. Women were unappreciative, ungrateful, and did the opposite of reward my work. At least a certain segment was. Militant women worked to get me laid off my job in order to economically punish me for saving women and economically sabotage my work to save women. I was in fact economically punished for saving the lives of women. Why is that true? Because militant women promote sexual hatred, which causes sexual violence, which kills women. Because militant women rape and kill other women. Because militant women want to be the sole leaders of women in the war against men, and so hate men who are saviors of women. If women follow male leaders and saviors of women, then women will not follow militant women and their doctrine of sexual hatred, sexual war, and sexual abuse of men. So when a man works to save both sexes from rape and murder caused by sexual hatred of both sexes, militant women economically punish him for saving the lives of men and women. Being laid off my job at a time of economic hardship cost me over $1 million of income. That could have helped me to do my work to save lives. Rather than economically rewarding me for saving women, I was economically punished for saving women. That is because militant women do not want men to be leaders of women and saviors of women. Otherwise, women will follow men rather than following militant women. If women want to be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death, then women and female society must change. Women must fully understand the following. Why should men have compassion for women if women do not appreciate male compassion? Why should men help women if women do not appreciate that help? Why should men have save the lives of women if women if doing so is punished rather than rewarded for saving the lives of women? When militant women attack men for compassion, help, and salvation, they are inhibiting and sabotaging male help and therefore are killing women. The truth is that sexual abuse and violence against both sexes has a common root cause. It is sexual hatred and lust for power. Militant women who sexually abuse men and secretly rape other women are not the champions of women any more than militant men who rape women and other men are the champions of men. When I look into the hearts and minds of militant women, I see sexual hatred and lust for power. When I look into the hearts and minds of men who rape, I see sexual hatred and lust for power. They have the same hearts and minds. They are both on the side of sexual war between men and women. The only way that both men and women can be saved from violence, suffering, and death is to remove sexual hatred and lust for power from the hearts and minds of both men and women. Militant women lie and claim their sexual hatred and lust for power is good because it helps women. But when their hate and lust drives them to abuse and rape other women, the lie is exposed. And when they attack a man's work to save women from unhappiness, suffering, and death, their words are exposed as lies. Women need to be educated to the fact that the division is not between men and women. It is rather between the good people of both sexes who are on the side of sexual love and the evil people of both sexes who are on the side of sexual hatred. Men and women must be united under the banner of love. The male and female champions of love will be the saviors of both sexes. Men and women must be economically rewarded, not economically punished, for ending human suffering. When people follow me and establish global economic democracy, then the human suffering of unemployment and poverty will end. When people follow me and establish my psychological class nationally and globally, then men and women will be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death. When people follow me and become one with nature, then nature-based human suffering will end. I can teach the nation and the world how to end all three forms of human suffering. To be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death, people must change. Women must change and do the following: appreciate compassion, be grateful for help, reward salvation work, fight for men who help and save women. When militant women economically punish men for helping and saving women, they both inhibit and sabotage work to save women's lives. Thus, militant women are the killers of women and the destroyers of women's dreams. Women must defeat and destroy militant women so that men are no longer economically punished for saving the lives of women. Look closely at the militant woman who, like men who rape, advocate sexual hatred and war. See the dagger in her hand? See the blood dripping from that dagger. It is your blood on her hands and dagger. Feel the hole in your back? It is where she stabbed you in the back. When militant women attacked my work to save women from unhappiness, suffering, and death, they stabbed female society in the back. Women must change and support work to save their lives, or that work will not be done, and women will die. Women must change or die. My life mission is to teach the world the way to end all human suffering. The fate of the world depends upon my work. If my work does not succeed in reaching millions of people, then the world will suffer and millions will die. Cassandra weeps for the world, as I also weep. When people do not hear the prophets because it is too painful to face the truth, then the people suffer and die. Take my class and I will teach you the way from animalhood to godhood. I fully understand that it is emotionally painful to face the truth. It is emotionally painful to repent for being wrong. And it is hard work to change. But unless you can face the truth, repent, and change, then you will never be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death. Follow me and live. In Luke 17:33, Jesus Christ said the following, "Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it." What did Jesus mean by those words? There is a deep spiritual truth in those words. If you cling to yourself, then you shall surely die. But if you let go of yourself, then you shall live. If you must not cling to self, then what must you cling to? The way is to become one with the universe. An Eastern philosophy teaching presented in the TV series Kung Fu said something like the following: do not see yourself at the center of the universe, rather see the universe at the center of you. In my book and my class, I teach the following: do not seek the victory of self over other, rather seek the victory of good over evil. Contemplate spiritual teachings so that you may find enlightenment and salvation. Thank you.